see it, there's a big white flash and your legs are gone, you don't know where you are, and 3 people in the ears. Before you know it, steering in the lights.
Was it in the ears? People either go and keep up,
Yeah,
or they get left
behind. Relevant then.
So they have to.
Exactly.
They get.
Oh my god! Oh god damn! Yeah.
So,
Like a rabbit, yeah, like oh, look at me! He's like a
When you be now?
oh, man!
You got to sugar and crisp.
ready?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Bonanza Breakdown. Once again, I'm joined by undefeated professional boxer Alex Hughes. And I'm a professional amateur coach in Parry, in association with Ron the Bullies. We've got loads to talk about in the way of all British boxing, really, at the moment. Should we start off with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
What an absolutely incredible fight. Most are talking about it as one of the greatest fights ever. I'm not sure about that, but it was definitely one exciting fight. What do you guys think?
Live, probably the best heavyweight fight I've seen live.
Live, yeah.
Live.
Yeah.
And I think, I know looking, if you watch it the next day knowing the result, you might not get the same feeling, but because it was Deontay Wilder, and you know we always got that get me out of trouble shot, you never felt like he was out of the fight. So
I think it had everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
Fury being Fury, we had to build up to it.
Yeah.
And then it was a case of what made him more pleasing was the fact that he done the first couple of rounds. Everyone thought that Fury was just playing with him, and then he put him down. He thought, it's going to be an easy night's work. And then the next thing, Wilder was pulling his rocket out, smacked Fury right in between.
It was he went like a rabbit in the head, like he was like, oh,
look at me, boom.
It was like a second delay, and then he fell over and he like, put his feet.
It's a shot it knocked Ortiz out. It's a shot when it's straight
come from nowhere.
You see the slow motion of it.
For all his fat
shit.
Aye.
What a second right there.
I know shit someone's fat down their back.
On his neck. He's going right there like a
big shit there.
Like a domino effect all the way
down his back. When you punch someone.
Thunderous right hand. Wow. 2 knockdowns for Wilder. Just when he looks wobbled, he answers with a thunderous right hand. Wow.
Fat
we spoke about it. Everyone, like obviously in you, everyone, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And in heavyweight boxing, it's a way you can never tell. But me and Al were talking about it, and I said, and he said, I just think he might risk it a little bit. And go hunting him down, and he's going to get clipped. Which did happen, but in fairness to him, to get up after that, because I would have put it all out.
Because I think, I don't think Wilder improved very much from the last fight. I think Fury didn't perform as good as he did in the second fight. I think that's why it was more of a competitive fight.
They kind of met a little bit more.
They kind of met a little bit more. Wilder started strong, learning new tricks, but like what we said in the messages, he resorted straight back to what he did.
I do think he expected to be a bit backed up more this time. We know the first time, the second fight, when he got pushed back, it just took him completely by surprise. And I think he'd been put in a situation he'd never been put in before. And I think he thought, I'm not used to it, so I'm not quite sure to handle it. With this fight, I think he knew, right, Fury, that's his way of kind of beating me. I know he's going to come at it and put it on me. So I think he kind of adjusted a little and expected it, so he just took that instant shock off it.
He's just, people can say what they want, he's unorthodox and he swings and loops and whatever. He's so excited to watch Wilder. And you know what? His stock, I know he lost, and he's lost. He lost the first time as well, I know he drew, right?
Yeah.
But it's gone through the roof
100%.
because in terms of the heavyweight division, I was talking to someone the other day about it and they were like, there's so many good fights out there now. Because when you look at it, you got, obviously there's Fury, Joshua, Dillian White, Wilder, Joseph Parker, Andy Ruiz, and that's when you take into consideration who's the Cuban guy, Ortiz. So there's a good 7 to 8 fighters there. So which they
Joyce
can
as
Joe Joyce. There's another one.
Can't quite count him.
Daniel Dubois. I know he's like still coming through.
Youngster, do you mean?
But there's 8 to 10 fighters there.
Definitely.
So I think it's on fire at the moment.
Yeah, it's brilliant, and we can't ask for really more than what we've seen on the weekend. It alternates the whole division completely, with Usyk beating Joshua. Where do you think they both go on from their fights from there? Starting with Fury, where's he going to go from there?
You got to look at it. I was reading something that Andre Ward had put on Twitter, because I love Andre Ward. I just love this style. I like how he breaks down a fight and how he is as an analyst. But he was just basically saying, where does Fury go from here? Because he can do what he wants. And let's be honest about it. In terms of where does he go? Because in terms of challenges, people are talking about Usyk. Yeah, Usyk, what he done to Joshua. But in terms of natural fighting ability, if Usyk had got that tenfold over Joshua, it'd be way different with Fury, mind. Because Fury is like just a bigger version of Usyk.
And I still
always off the line, throw in.
And I still think the Joshua fight is a bigger fight than the Usyk.
Yeah, it's still got to happen.
I still think now it's a bigger draw. Even though Fury, Usyk beat Joshua, I still think the Fury-Joshua fight is a 10 times bigger fight than Fury-Usyk.
I agree with you, but I think the only spoiler there, I don't think it'll happen in the UK.
Saudi.
And he'll just dampen it. Because
which fight?
Just be the Saudis will chuck like 500 billion trillion at it. And then you'll have people in there like my nan in the crowd, just like looking at it, just not knowing what they're looking at, and it just takes the whole X factor away from the event. Like,
you know, I think with Joshua taking the loss, I think it's more likely to be in the UK. I think if he still had all the belts, then if he don't beat Usyk again, I think without the belts, I think he's more likely to stay in the UK to fight Fury.
I think that's
Or America.
How do you think that? I think that if the return's going to, I seen Andy reporting it's going to happen in the spring, so which is March.
Could that be Cardiff?
I don't know.
Or would the weather just be changing?
Nah, I wouldn't. It's too early for that. I think. Well, they are the six. No, it wouldn't be in Cardiff because the Six Nations look. Unless it was in April. But I think unless Joshua really is on the front foot, muscling him out, aggression, trying to like bully him, closing the range up, really getting on. I said the same thing will happen because if he boxes, you can't box at range against Usyk because the same thing will happen.
Yeah. But I just struggle to think now that Joshua will beat Usyk. Because I think, like, I don't know a man who was, when he was asked in his interview afterwards, they said, can Joshua improve? And he said, I can improve. You know, he's not even thinking about Joshua. All he's thinking about is bettering himself. And that's scary, that's a scary man. Because he don't give a fuck about anyone else. All he's thinking about, right, I'm going to be better next time. Yeah, I am feel right now. I'm going to be very feel. But it's all exciting on it.
It's good to see it like this because it died off when the Klitschko raid and there was no one. And the closest into Klitschko was probably Samuel Peters, something like that.
That's true.
But I do think though that, like, you hit the nail on the head a couple of weeks ago. I think you put something up on social media about just enjoying it.
Oh, when
people slagging, like the Joshua factor, right? That what our man has done for British boxing, right? People slate him, but we got him, we got Fury, there's Joyce in him. Just enjoy it while he's here, because when it dies off, people will be looking back thinking,
his fights, man, they're live events, man. Do you mean? It's not like going to a boxing show, you go to a Joshua fight, you're just watching him. The ears on the back of your neck, stand up, man, it's incredible.
That lead show, there are the photos and the videos from that.
It's just you gotta just instead of picking points.
Matchroom played a big.
Unbelievable! Well, just like the one that Sue went to.
Lomachenko and Campbell fight.
That was brilliant, fantastic night.
Unbelievable.
But Eddie Hearn, I think he's made the mark now that everybody else, they're going to keep up or they're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
And he's really pushed the boundaries.
Yeah.
And he's started to run boxing. Right?
And like you said, it's more than just the boxing. It's a full-blown event.
Of course it is, yeah. Every time.
Which is great.
It's not a one-off, just what you mean. It's every time.
Gone are the days now where matchroom put on a small old show.
Oh, yeah. They don't happen.
No. They're there. They're right in the mix. What about Usyk versus Joyce? He will be mandatory now for the belt.
Joyce will pressure him a hell of a lot more, but
He got a better engine than Joshua.
a hell of a lot better. I just think you'd have to favour Usyk, but I just think Joyce is a hell of a lot more effective than he actually looks.
Yeah, but
I'm sure he's getting awarded the gold medal now as well from the. It's been.
Yeah. They wouldn't overturn that, I don't think.
They have.
They have.
They have
actually overturned it.
And Conlon.
Well, but then they're going to open a thing for themselves, then, aren't they? Because you could go back to Mayweather, Roy Jones, you know.
Would you want to be handed it like that though? And
if you know you'd won yourself, he obviously knows he won that. You know what I mean?
Anyway, stay on track.
Yeah.
So the Joyce.
It's down to 16 Olympics.
The Joyce Usyk thing. I just like to. I think just take everyone as it comes. Just enjoy it as it comes.
Definitely.
Because,
And White, you can't count him out.
I know.
So that is what Fury is looking at fighting White now, because Joshua will be tied up with Usyk.
Yeah.
They've said they are going to force this fight to happen now, because obviously, as we know, Dillian White deserves his shot more than anybody.
You make things like 150 years.
150 years.
Got to be the most unfairly treated boxer on the planet, isn't it? It's sad. I don't know why you haven't gone down a different organisation route. He could have had 10 shots by now.
Yeah.
But he is going to get his shot in here, which is well deserved. But let's not forget, he has been paid off a couple of times to step aside.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because he got offered the night Ruiz beat Joshua, didn't he?
He did. Yeah. And
He'd been offered a couple of mil for that, surely.
do you think he could beat Fury?
No.
No.
They can't, no.
It's just like me
You
and
know
Al.
the thing with Fury, right?
Like me and Al going in.
Fury, I know he's been knocked down, right, so it might sound mad, but he's got one of the best chins I've ever seen.
100%.
Because he gets knocked down, right, but everywhere
Traffic
see him
corner.
dazed. Like, as soon as he's up, his legs are there. Do you know what I mean?
And he finished him.
Answer me this, have we ever seen anyone get in between the eyes like
With a dynamite, but he hit him with a rocket, boom.
That's what I mean.
Straight for there.
He never gets clipped either, he gets smashed.
Gets
like,
smashed, yeah.
Bang! And I've seen him pull axe, like,
Yeah.
boom!
But that is a thing for his conditioning as well.
Yeah.
But it's a great chin.
Yeah.
His conditioning, and I think, like you know, Al, when you get in taking these shots and whatever, you've got to condition yourself
100%.
to take these shots.
Because you can take them fresh sometimes, but when you start fading and
you get tired, and that's when...
and you start to leave yourself you start to leave a little more gaps in your arm, and then all of a sudden then it's bang, it's a shot you don't see, and it's a big white flash and your legs are gone and you don't know where you are and it's peeping in the ears. And before you know you're staying at the lights.
What's in the ears?
Peeping.
So you don't think that Dillian White stands any chance of beating Fury?
You could never say anything in heavyweight boxing, but
I just feel like
you just
I don't know if you could knock him out.
I don't think.
Did you see him at that punch bag the other day? Dillian White.
No.
There was like the punch machines.
Oh yeah.
Did you see him at that?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, alive. Incredible.
Yeah?
Really?
Honest to God. If I had to do the face, right, that'd smash your face to my nipples. Yeah, he loads up. Bang!
He hit the overhand.
Boom! Right,
Yeah.
and the guy, you could hear someone in the back and go, fuck you, hell!
Yeah, but is he not as wild though?
Different kind of shot,
Yeah.
I think, innit?
I don't think like Wilder could load up kind of like that. Wilder just...
He does, he misses.
But
As soon as he loads up like that, he misses.
This is straight down the pipe was the big one, isn't it?
Bang. Yeah.
But like that's one thing we say that heavyweight boxing is you can never tell, and I'm fed up, right, of me giving like, I think this is going to happen, and it just gets drastic. So I just don't say anything now.
I mean, and that's the thing with boxing. I seen someone tweet earlier on, Fury and Wilder and Usyk and Joshua should have been the semi-finals for them to fight in the final. But he said like boxing wants another 2 semi-finals before you get to any finals you can fight them. And he said people are happy with that. He said the most shocking thing is people are happy with that. And we are, aren't we? Yeah, we are happy now, but it should be. We should just be seeing massive fights.
100%.
Because all the fights are there.
The fans are the winners, isn't he?
Yeah.
When it comes to that, but it's a shame really, because you've got different promoters, organisations, different TV networks, and it's kind of ruining the sport these days. It is. I mean, there's so many massive fights what kind of only really get made when these people are over the hill. They want one last payday, they got no other option because they're not pay-per-view stars anymore.
Kellen and
that's kind of a perfect example of it. Yeah. Do you mean it always gathered a little bit of interest, but nothing
if you'd done 5-6 years ago.
Do you mean it would have been huge? It was a stadium fight that was years ago, and they both know they're kind of over the hill. They're never going to earn any money like they're going to get fighting anyone else, or they're going to earn fighting each other. So they want one last throw of the dice just to get that little bit of coin in, and sad really.
There's still a big fight for British boxing.
Oh, I watch it.
You know what I mean? That's where you kind of slack in, because that is a big fight where we should be getting this super talent in the UK that should be fighting each other.
Yeah.
But we're excited. We're two, you know, I don't want to say has-beens, but
kind of
just done it
kind
exactly,
of guys
who will fight each other now.
The hill, like.
Yeah, and we're happy with it, but we should be seeing the youngsters.
Talking of the side, the Liam Smith and Fowler, on Saturday night. That Liverpool card, it was a good card anyway. They had the card right through, but the first fight was Cheeseman and Troy Williams.
What a fight!
And then you had Liam Smith then and Anthony Fowler, and then obviously you had the Fury, not going back to Fury, but Saturday night was
very good night of boxing, all round, wasn't it?
You know, I was shocked with the Anthony Fowler and Liam Smith fight, because the second round I thought, fucking hell, this is over now. Fowler was going to run him out, yeah.
You're very heavy-handed, see.
Yeah.
Fowler
very heavy-handed.
Yeah, but Liam Smith is very tough, very durable, and I think he was quite smart where
he's comfy in the pocket.
Yeah, he backs his ability all the time, and he was just absorbed. Then the first thing he come back with, he caught Fowler with a shot and put him down. If you know, didn't rush his work, didn't fly in there like a lot of fighters would. Just said, right, okay, reset, go again. Broke, dug him in, and then you could just see he was coming in. He just broke his heart, didn't he?
He's a quality fighter.
What do you think, Anthony Fowler? Do you think he deserves that spot now at world level?
Fowler?
Yeah.
No. Not Anthony Fowler, no. Not as of yet. I'd rather him go down, maybe fight Troy Williamson for the British title.
Yeah.
He skipped that, didn't he?
Kind of, yeah, but I don't understand why. Now,
what you got to understand is Fowler's 30.
He's getting,
they fast tracked him a little
bit. Exactly.
And if you look at it, because you look at people's all about Liam Smith, and Liam Smith's 33, but Fowler's is 30. Like, it's not like people are making out that he's this young pup coming through. He's not.
Of course not. No.
So that's why I think he's missed the British. I think he hasn't even had a Commonwealth.
No, you haven't. No.
So he'll probably finally drop back down and.
I think even Troy Williamson would be.
But that was a hell of a fight.
I think he'd beat Troy Williamson. I think he'd beat him.
I thought he looked quite impressive the other day, mate.
Yeah,
Williamson.
but he bangs out.
He can take a shot.
He starts hooking with a hooker sometimes, and you know, he can't. Yeah,
but it depends when you do it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, timing is everything.
Who I thought boxed very well was the one who beat Metcalf.
I missed that because my telly was buffering.
I wasn't expecting that.
What was his name? I watched that fight. Boxed his head off.
Yeah. Spitting image of Gary Goog.
Kieran Conway.
Gary Goog. Spitting image of it. I thought he boxed really well, but Metcalf's an handful.
He looked a big for the weight, that Conway, didn't he?
Yeah, very big.
He looked very big for the weight.
He boxed well.
But the Metcalf fight was, there was that one. I don't know if you've seen the Charlton. No,
I didn't see that one, no.
Yeah, when they had like a draw and then finally, I wouldn't have given him a round.
Charlton.
That boy, Willis boxed him.
Yeah.
Big boxed really well. That was a good fight. Then you had that fight you just mentioned, the JJ Metcalf and Conway. Cheeseman fight.
Courtney.
Shannon Courtney, I love watching Cheeseman.
One exciting
He's
fight.
the Gatti of British boxing.
Yeah, he's just because he hasn't got super talent.
No,
he just brings it.
He brings it.
You know what you're gonna get.
Yeah,
He's great. And to see, obviously, I know he got sparked out in the end, but
it's sad to see that then, isn't it?
he's only 26
I was
as
gutted
well.
when I seen him when he got sparked.
I feel like he's been wrong
he gives
for
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
He does. He's and then you obviously had that. You had that at the end. So, but yeah, it was good Saturday.
Overall, it was a complete night of boxing.
Yeah.
It was outstanding, really. When
Fans won, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Right, it's,
We've had a couple of local shows, haven't we?
yeah. So we finish off with that. Now we go on to the Welsh shows that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we had Mo Pryor show
Mo Pryor.
on the 25th September, was it? Yeah.
Yes, it was. The same night as Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
We
Yeah.
had Kieran Jones made his debut. Ben Crocker.
Ben Crocker.
I know Callum Smith was due to make his debut from Gary's stable as well, but that fell
J-Man.
through. J-Man as well. You had Jason Sillett on there, Craig Woodruff, Jake Anthony. So I think that obviously I'm involved with Kieran and Ben, and I've been part of their kind of their camp for the last.
Shocking, Robin.
Their camp as such, because they were doing two term projects before the lockdown and all that kicked in. But I was really impressed by them. Really impressed how by the both of them. I think that they both went in with. They took to it like a duck.
How was Gary? Obviously, I was there at the backstage, but when he was in the ring, was Gary pleased with them both?
Yeah, definitely. I think when you get people like that, what people forget is that the transition, that I can talk into this, transition from amateur to pro, people think it's the same sport. It's not. It is the same sport, but it's not. Yeah. It's very, you've got to slow things down. There's a lot more relaxed in there.
I'd say I was a lot luckier than, not luckier, but
spend more time
a different way to, because obviously when I originally went to turn pro, I had the medical problems. Yeah. So I had roughly 2 years to adjust in the gym. Where a lot of these amateurs now, they turn.
Definitely. But to answer your question, I think one thing that we were looking at was the way that they would. It's not just the fight itself; it's the build up. It's the day before weigh-in. It's the whole process. It's the camp. It's making weight. Yeah. It's how you go in there. You've got a lot of nervous energy. If you try and burn on your nervous energy and you jump in on like a kangaroo, but I thought both of them really.
Yeah, they really stayed composed. I think they didn't really get the event. Let the event get to them too much today.
And there's a lot of pressure on these boys. But you're talking Kieran Jones. He's like 10 times Welsh. Welsh champion,
which is hell of a
Commonwealth games, that type of stuff. So, and there are a lot of people who was eager. And I know Kieran was we all know Kieran really well, trains a lot. A lot of people were, and he was saying, I can't wait to get. He would have had nervous energy in it. It's a new era for him. It's a new door. Same with Ben as well.
Ben brought Arthur Swansea down with him, and they were loud as well. But he didn't let it get to him. He stayed composed through the whole fight.
They were I was really impressed. And J-Man as well. We're quite close. They all look really good.
With Kieran and Ben, really, what I seen with the bits they done up here, compared to when they kind of first started camp and stuff, compared to the end of the fight. The spars I seen here, you could slowly see the transition starting again. But sometimes then, because it's a lot different here to on the night. When they go in there, sometimes because they've had such a long day, and they go that old amateur style will automatically just come back in glimpses. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it will.
But I thought Kieran and Ben looked very, very, very impressive. And JJ looked very well as well.
The thing with Ben, which impressed me, he's seen that he had his guy hurt 2 or 3 times with the uppercuts, and he still kept his composure. And he didn't get all excited and start rushing. He got a massive crowd there. He won the knockout, don't know. But he kept his composure and he stayed and he boxed lovely and it was a nice performance.
And especially for the debut, that shows massive maturity.
Yeah, definitely,
9 out of 10 would get carried away by that and start guns blazing and blow themselves right out, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, even the professionals still do it.
I done it a couple of times.
What was the fight that he was absolutely bollocks?
Fight the life out of me. Honest God, right, that fight, right, it frightened me so much. I weren't the same from 4 fights after. I was scared to my hands go. Every time I throw a punch and I breathe, I think, oh no, breathe, stand off.
Well, yeah, because you know when you get off our stool, like the saying goes, you're on your own. It's the only sport in the world. If you went out the breath, you just got him across the corner, and he's not going to fucking.
Especially when you look over and he's like, ah.
Yeah, it did. It set me back a lot. That fight did. Hell of a lot. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
But I think that's why when you put into these fights, you learn a lot from them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
But yes, we had that, and then so that went really well. And then obviously there was Saniga show. I know because obviously Morgan was doing the box, getting Goodrich for Welsh title, middleweight title on there. So
just explain what's happening with there now.
So Morgan picked up a little bit of a muscle injury. A lot of people are talking about the rib injury. There's nothing like that. A little bit of a muscle injury.
Muscle tear, kind of.
But Morgan's back in the gym. He's training. He's fit as a fiddle. There's no worries there whatsoever.
You must be impressed with his improvements at the moment, though, especially from what I've seen.
At the what?
Well, in terms of
know what you were seeing in the gym. Obviously, you see what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
and I don't frighten any future reporters. But there's some massive improvements.
Yeah, it is. From the start when he first started coming in.
It's big improvements.
Like Morgan coming just before lockdown again, so we spent a lot of time together. It was quite frustrating. We've been working on things. I personally believe that he's come on. People will see that. But it was disappointing. I know that Geraint was disappointed. Chris Saniga, everyone was including myself. But look, we had to do what we had to do. Yeah. We needed Morgan to be 100% fit going into that contest because a lot of people are talking about ability-wise and levels, and you've got to give every opponent the credit they deserve going in there. So
and Geraint has rocked the apple cart for
of course he has. And you've got to give him that respect. Absolutely, and that's something that I will always say to Morgan. We need to respect everyone that's in front of him. But in terms of that now, I know it's been rearranged for the end of November. Yeah. So we're training towards that date now. Morgan's been training and just looking forward to it, really. Just looking forward to get back in there.
And that's what's impressed me with Morgan as much as anything at the minute, is that even how long did the pandemic go on for with the shows stopped completely?
Like 18 months, isn't it?
He trained like a Trojan throughout the whole time. Yeah. Didn't stop.
Yeah.
Did not speak
to him. He says it's part of his lifestyle.
And
it is a lifestyle.
He came in the gym, and he was always in good shape. He was always fit. He was always just kind of ready to fight, always. He always looked in great shape. He was training, and I think when he does get his chance now and next month, I think that's going to show massively. Yeah, I really think it will.
Hopefully, and only he knows, and we just got to work towards that date now and hopefully put a show on for everyone. But we're looking forward to it, and I'm hoping, and like I said, we wish Geraint all the best in his training, and we hopefully finally get on, because there's no one going to be more frustrated, in fairness to Geraint, because it's been cancelled. I think this is the third time.
Yeah. He's back in the gym now,
He's back. He's been back in 2 to 3 weeks. So we got a good run up to it. His weight is fine, and a lot of people talking about, is he going to make the weight? Is he ever made that? There's no issue at all with his weight.
Did he get any therapy or anything for the muscle?
He's had what he needed to get for it, so he's had the all clear for that. But his weight is where it needs to be.
Brilliant.
Because it's one thing making that weight, but it's performing at that weight as well. But so we'll see.
So that was the fight that was meant to be on the Chris Saniga show, but instead we had a lot of Tony Bogue's boys fighting on it. Another great show of Welsh talent.
Who was on it altogether?
I didn't catch up with it.
Jordan Withers,
Jordan was on there.
Joshua John, a future opponent for Rhys Edwards, or could be for the Welsh title.
Okay.
You got Jordan Withers, who could be possibly like he called out. Morgan and stuff. So Welsh boxing is probably at the best.
I had an interview the other day. You were talking about Morgan and Jordan coming through, and again, there's a new generation coming through, and I think that they need to be respected just as much as the older heads need to be respected for the boys coming through. But I had an interview with Derby Powell, rang me from Boxing Wales last weekend, I think it was, and he asked me for it. Just over the phone, wrote an article. And he asked me asked me about the shows and what was it like being involved, and because I was involved quite heavily in Mo Pryor's show, getting it up and running and off the ground. But he said, what would I like to introduce into Welsh? And I just said, people need to see Welsh title fights.
100%.
I think at the moment there's only like 4 or 5 belts out of all the weights that are currently held by a fighter. The rest are vacant. Yeah. And that's crazy. Yeah. So we as fans, and forget about us being coaches or whatever, us as fans want to see title fights. Yeah. We do this against an up-and-coming fighter or an old head or whatever it may be, what people's opinions or who's going to beat who or whatever. I think we need to see these Welsh title fights.
Because it used to frustrate me massively when I used to box. Like, I was 11 or whatever at the time, and I'd never had a title fight. I'd never even had a 10-round done. You'd see some things on Facebook where it'd be, I'd like to see Alex and so for the Welsh title fight, and you get people right now, he's above Welsh title level now, and I think, no, I've never even boxed a title. I'm not.
What people do see you in the gym, do you know what I mean?
It
is understandable.
This is coming from people who hadn't, and that's what I mean. I wish people didn't look at the Welsh titles in this kind of, just push it to a side and not kind of interested, especially when you're Welsh. Yeah, I would have loved to have grabbed my hands on it.
Absolutely, and I think that's the only thing. There's so much talent that we've got, right? When you're talking about, you're talking about Tony Borgsteel with Gavin Rees. You've got obviously Gary. There's Prosciu, there's Richie Garner. There's so much talent there to compete for these area titles. And I know with a small cut. It's just crazy how, but I do know that there's fighters out there, like Rhys Edwards, for example. Again, I know Rhys really well, we all do. Yeah. Is up to this point, I'm led to believe that there's no one actually that wants to stick their hand up and stick to fight. So sometimes it's not the fighter saying I don't want to box for it. But hopefully, you've just touched on there that you've got the Josh John and Rhys. You've got like Morgan and Geraint, and there's Jordan with us going to be coming into the mix shortly, and
I'm sure I've seen Angelo and Robinson.
There's another one, Angelo and David Robinson. Yeah. And we need these boys boxing. Yeah. We do need them boxing. Tony Dixon's another one. Do you know what I mean? Like I was talking to Pebbles today, and he's back in the gym, and he wants to. We just need to get these belts out there. Yeah. Just make something because
fill these shows up.
Yeah. When you're looking at there's got to be a purpose to everything. When as a fan going, you need to be seeing these fights. You need to see 50-50 fights. Yeah. Something that's on the line, because as a coach, I've been in a situation where I've done corners where there's debutants and there's journeymen. I've also been in the corner of a world title fight. I've also been in the corner of a British and Commonwealth title fight. The atmosphere is completely, everything is on edge, and everything is, and it just raises it through the roof. Even for the fighters, for the fans, for the coaches, for everyone involved, it's just okay. And that's what Welsh boxing means. Definitely. We need to get them titles back.
Definitely. I think like what we was talking about on the show with Mo Pryor's show. You know, when we was talking about the ring walk and stuff like that, I think, don't know if we can make Welsh boxing exciting, make it that much more professional. I think they will want to start fighting in Wales for the Welsh titles against Welsh boys, you know what I mean? Because we need the events really to really build them up.
Can you just think of it, that Vale Arena, you know when MTK go there and put a show on, if you just see the difference in the way the whole venue looks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know money is an object.
Yeah, of course it is, yeah.
But I know there's potentially another 3 shows in Wales before the new year. Yeah. So and that's fantastic. We're going to ram in 5 shows in 3 to 4 months. That's the way that this should be.
Mo Pryor got any plans?
Yeah, so Mo, is most probably going to do 2 by the end for the years out. Leighton MTK is going to be in as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I've seen that.
And then honestly, as soon as someone does take that leap and set that bar up there, people will follow.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
because
they will.
You know, like I said with Ed Ewan, when you take a step forward, people either got to keep up, or they get left
relevant then.
So they have to up their game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because at the minute, everyone's in a kind of comfort zone. As soon as someone just raises that bar, the other one's going to think, oh, no, that's what I call a boxing show. And all the fans are going to be, oh, I want to go to his show. Did you just go to that last one? It was brilliant.
It's good. I just think it's really good at the moment. If we can get these promoters, like I said, invest a little bit. The punters are going to be there buying the tickets. Get some Welsh titles in the mix. I just think that when you put the Welsh titles, Celtic titles, and all, it's just going to ramp things up completely. It's going to be on a knife edge. It's good for the fans, good for the fighters, good for the coaches, good for the stables, good for the gyms. And I think it's really going to push forward, especially with the young blood coming through.
Yeah,
because there's lots of talent we've got.
Very good talent.
Is there anything you'd like? I know you're going to be in trouble with Mrs. Al. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Sorry, Dan.
Is there anything you would like to add on before we finish up? Anything we missed?
No.
It was good.
I think we covered it pretty much all.
Yeah,
it's good to get boxing back on the road.
Yeah,
boxing we've missed still. We have
a lot.
Right, thank you very much, everybody, for. I know, in a rush, so don't this is giving them a round. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. If you would like to follow Brett Parry here, Alex Hughes here, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much.